morning, everybody. This is, your pal, Nutty Fruitcake. Oh. Howard Stern.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Howard Stern, Nutty Fruitcake. Howard Stern, Nutty Fruitcake. I don't even know where to begin. All right, first up, I'll tell you this. Let me tell you. So yesterday I had to decide whether or not to play that concert here in New York in front of 15,000 people. I decided not to do it. Because it's just too much hassle. And what do I need that for? What, go be a retard Friday night? You know what I mean? So Kingston wanted me to call him back, and I meant to, and I forgot.
Oh, he wanted you to call him with the final decision?
Well, no, he heard the final decision and was going to talk to me about...
Oh, he was going to try to talk you into it.
I know it would be fun and everything. It's just...
What does he think he could say?
I don't know. I wanted him to do it on the air.
Yeah, well, call him now.
What does he think he can say? He always has something to say.
Yeah, but I'd like to know what his argument would be. We went through everything.
Yeah, I know. It's just I just felt like for once I'd like to go enjoy a concert. Where are the tissues?
I don't know.
My nose is running.
Yeah. You got to get off the cocaine.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. You don't have an addiction. You got a tissue, bro? Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I took it. Like a football.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It protects it and everything, so nobody else can get it.
When Casey, how old were you when you got this psychiatric evaluation? 4.5? Or 9? Okay.
He's had a psychiatric.
Yeah, when he was 9, the school made him get a psychiatric evaluation. I'm sitting here reading it. It's a pisser.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny. I should read it to you. I'll read it to you on the air.
It's funny.
Well, yeah, it's funny. I mean, first of all, I don't even know how he got a hold of this. Because I guess his mom gave it to him. Like, why would you give your kid a psychiatric evaluation when they're saying you're a little off?
Maybe she didn't know how to tell him.
Son, I don't know how to tell you this, but go read this in your room.
So his mom handed it to him?
I guess. I'm assuming. I mean, how else would you get this?
How do you get it?
Yeah. I don't think he gave it to you.
What did he do that made them send him for it?
I think he had...
Wasn't that little story he wrote?
Yeah.
Well, I think the little story was earlier, and then he had a couple of violent episodes.
Well, his teacher said... This is so cool.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? We don't know your life, Fred.
His teacher reports, my feeling is that something is not happening for Casey, and he himself seems to sense that something is wrong, because he volunteers less and less and has shown more and more reluctance to participate in what is happening in class.
Police.
Also, on the same report, Casey tries very hard, but at times he becomes distracted and completely forgets what he's doing, even with normal routines like waiting in line.
He forgets
how
to wait
things
in
change.
the line.
Yeah. I have question as to whether he understands the directions, and he always answers yes, but then he does not follow through.
Well, he still does that.
He tends to be disorganized and has problems handling materials. I hired this guy.
Could have been written
Why
yesterday.
couldn't you have seen this before?
I know. At this time of year, I find that he doesn't want to show me his work, as if he's not satisfied with it and he knows that he can do better. There's a whole...
That's not a psychological evaluation. That sounds like teachers writing.
No. Then this is psychiatric.
Oh.
I'm telling you what... You asked me what precipitated
this what led
it.
up to him being sent away.
Right. In regard to Casey functioning in social situations, independently, Casey can't follow directions or misinterprets comprehension questions. He needs a lot of individual guidance to function.
What are they saying, really?
In groups, he also has difficulty organizing himself, with the one exception of sports at which he excels, and where he even shows some leadership qualities.
So, he's a nudnik.
He's an idiot.
He's a stupid football guy.
Yeah, he's a dumb jock, is what they're saying. You know.
Oh, my God.
They're just saying he's an idiotic jock.
That's right. Unless he has a ball in his hand.
He's a moron. You're stupid.
Why don't they just come out and say it, all that flowery language?
Yeah.
Your son's an idiot.
I told you not to be stupid, you moron.
Yeah. It's great.
Can't even remember standing in line. Can't perform simple tasks.
Let's see. Casey is a friendly, cooperative, and spontaneous 9-year-old.
Still a contradiction.
Who related well. Though on occasion he seemed unaware of common expectations in social situations. Because, like, in the middle of, like, just being around adults, he withdrew candy from his pocket and just started eating the candy. So they thought that was weird because most kids would, like...
Know better than
know better.
That,
yeah. Also, there are indications of his lack of awareness of ethics and sensitivity to his surroundings. For example, when asked what he wanted to do in the future when he finished school, he stated, "Maybe I'll play baseball and get rich and enjoy the rest of my life." In general, there were a number of incidents which suggested a greater degree of egocentricity than one would expect from a youngster his age. I don't think that's weird.
He's 9 years old.
He's 9 years old. 9 years old, I was like, hey, I'm going to get on the radio maybe.
Some kids want to be an astronaut, some kids want to be a fireman.
Right, everybody thinks they're going to grow up and get rich.
No.
Don't they?
Yeah. Casey has considerable difficulty with paper and pencil tasks.
That's the funniest.
Yeah. His human figures were unusual appearing. His first figure, a male, was unusually small and drawn at the bottom of the page.
Uh-oh.
It was a snowman-like figure consisting of circles for head and torso with out-of-proportion appendages.
Like what?
And the classic rake-like hands and fingers often drawn by a 4.5-year-old. So there was no fingers, hands, or arms, which is supposed to mean you're, like, mental.
Right, well, it's like a 4-year-old drawing, only he's 9.
Right.
Howard, here's the whole point, man.
A 4.5-year-old would draw like this.
Here's the whole point. Don't you find any of this silly? Don't you think this is like a normal kid?
No.
I
think you're normal.
They wrote down right there because they thought I was weird because I said I wanted to play baseball. And
yeah, that was weird. That was,
but wait,
that's
weird.
Off, but,
every kid thinks that.
Wait a minute. With all the other stuff, maybe even that looked weird.
Hold it. I didn't finish reading all this.
Okay.
His second drawing of a female was expansive, taking approximately 3/4 of the page, and contained unusual details such as circles drawn for elbows on stick-like arms, as well as more complicated but similarly unusual knees. This drawing was also poorly proportioned and it contained transparencies both in the skirt and the knee joints. Casey experienced considerable difficulty writing his name and address. This is significant since the writing of one's name and address is an overlearned task of personal significance.
I was trying something different. You know what I mean? Draw the guy and then you draw the woman.
Right.
What's so weird about that?
Why couldn't you write your name?
Yeah, but did you see you were drawing men in tiny little...
And bottom of the page.
Yeah, and the mother dominant.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You're crazy.
No, I'm not.
And you didn't complete the human body. They say that often shows something. I forget what it shows.
Like what?
That you're incomplete.
Well, I could have told you that.
Yeah.
But why couldn't he write his name?
Stupid.
Shut up.
Then I guess they gave him some kind of test called the Bender test.
That's funny.
The Bender was rapidly and quite poorly done. Casey had great difficulty with diamond shapes. The Bender was at least 2 years below age expectancy. Man, that's calling you an idiot.
No, they're not.
Yeah, idiot.
Duh.
See, that's the best thing about Casey. He can take this evaluation and make it good.
Yeah. Casey's, you tell me if this is good, okay? Casey's response to the TAT, whatever that is. TAT contained some unusual themes. There were indications suggesting that he may have difficulty understanding cause and effect relationships. His response to the task requested on the TAT reached the point of skirting the inappropriate. He began his story by stating one day it was Skippy's birthday. He got a violin and he hated it. He threw it at this man. At that point, he was interrupted and told the story was, inappropriate and it should be a reasonable story. He was provided with directions. Casey continued. He went to the store with it. He tried to sell it so he could get something else. A guy came up to him and said, "I'll buy this for 2 cents." He said, "Okay," and he bought 2 gumballs. And 1 year after that, it was I don't know, evidently he had violent stories.
Yes, always. From the age of 7.
Howard, if you go to this...
Listen. The examiner at this point asked him how the story ended, whereupon Casey replied, "Then he broke the violin over his mother's head."
That's not funny?
Dude,
that's
you must
creative.
have hated your mom.
No, I love my mother.
No, you don't. You need to be in therapy.
I do not. Stop.
Look at your leg going there. Why are you so nervous?
You're drawing women three times the size of men. The women are complete, the man isn't.
What?
You're making up stories about the woman getting her, your mom getting her head bashed over the head with a violin.
Dude, I cannot say a bad word about my mother.
But you write it.
Yeah. You can't say it.
That's creative.
You can't say it, but it's there.
That's creative.
Yeah, it is, but
That's
it's
right.
interesting.
You're not killing her, except on paper.
No, that's not true at all.
Wow.
Wow. You're very disturbed.
And we work with him every day. I fear for my life.
Yeah.
Don't give
So then the examiner asked, remember you drew the picture of the woman?
Yeah.
The guy goes, who is that? And he goes, that's a doll and she's dead. And asked to tell more. He goes, she is standing up because she couldn't get put in a grave. When the examiner asked why she couldn't get put in a grave, because she is standing straight up. When the examiner asked what would prevent her from being put in a grave, he stated because every time she would sit up and they couldn't close it because something was wrong with her back. All the rest of the stories he told contained dysphoric content, violence, and other examples of problematic cause and effect relationships.
Wow.
Then I'm looking at the recommendations. Mr. and Mrs. Armstrong, his dad and mom, had to go see the psychologist. Now they're in the psychologist because of the dopey kid. Man, if my old man had to go start seeing a psychologist because of me, he would have killed me.
Oh, forget about it.
My old man would have killed me.
Yeah.
I got to go see... Shut up. You got to go see a psychiatrist. Now I have to see a psychiatrist. There's nothing wrong with me.
Get rid of this kid.
You make me...
You just straightened up and been normal real fast.
So when you get home, I'm going to beat you with a violin.
I'll show you beating with a violin.
I'm going to beat you.
So Howard, you don't think that's just a normal kid with kind of an imagination?
No.
That's what I think. And I think that
No, you were
the reason why I was...
Casey.
What?
You were asked to do certain things, and you could only do this. You were totally inappropriate.
I don't care. I didn't want to be there.
I'm not even reading all this stuff that it says here. It basically says you're very stupid, but you're good at sports.
Well, that's what one comment was.
Right.
You like that, huh? You like
Yeah,
that?
that's the only thing we found so far that you're good at. You couldn't even write your name.
No, but I was 9 years old.
Right.
And I think it's so funny that these blowhards think they know everything, but they don't know crap.
Right.
They don't know anything. There's nothing wrong with me.
You're in denial.
I'm in denial because I said I wanted to be a baseball player. Every kid who's 9 years old wants to be a baseball player.
I didn't. I wanted to be a big homo. I wanted to work in the theater.
Well, see, I don't think there's anything wrong with that piece of paper.
You were consumed with harm and death and violence. And
Still is,
So some people are born to be that way. That's the way it is.
I don't think so.
No, I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's funny and it's creative.
All right. Well, good. Be proud of it.
Yeah, it's funny, right?
Sad. Thinks it's funny.
He's
still inappropriate.
Who knows something in this world, Casey?
Me.
That's it. That's all that ever happens. He thinks he knows more than anybody else.
That's right.
Yeah, Brian, go ahead.
You know that's a sign of stupidity.
Hey, Brian, what's up, man?
Yeah, Howard.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hey, bro.
Enough of Casey.
Get him off the air?
The guy's a joker.
All right.
Listen,
I'm a joker.
you're very busy today.
Shut up.
You've got a very busy show
Right.
lined up for today, Howard.
Right.
And let's move on.
Yeah, come on. Don't you want to hear a psychiatric evaluation?
We haven't even gotten to that yet.
Listen,
You, sir, have a busy day of whacking your apple bag. Now leave me alone.
Casey.
All right. Thank you.
I hear about it.
All right. Thank you. All right. This audience has spoken, Casey. You're
Okay,
out.
I'm
Goodbye.
gone.
Goodbye.
Oh, great. Now that guy got him mad.
Uh-oh.
And
Gonna whack him.
with him.
All right. We'll be back right after these words.